What it is, it's Sunday morning. Father Moo on your radio, on your internet radio. Broadcasting live from in the cloud. Chilling with my energy turtle. That's right, check the name. Energy Turtle. That's the name of this patch. How y'all doing? Sunday, baby. We in the big church. Well, Father Moo back again. Happy to be back. Sitting around trying to think of something to make a patch about for all the fans out there. And eventually it hit me. Actually, I was online looking at some hardware synth I wanted to buy. And I was like, it's pretty cool, but what it can't do is X. The only way I could do X would be on the old Nord Modular. And I realized, oh, shucks. That's right, I can do it on the Nord Modular. And I should do it. And I should make it today's patch. So, here we are. And here it is. Okay. I'll get started by saying it's really great. We still see the people coming back to watch the last two streams. I want to get more streams of my other synths up here, not only the Nord Modular, but some of my hardware stuff. Haven't got my act together on that yet, but soon, very soon. It's happening soon. I believe it anyway. And I hope everyone will keep sticking around until we get all the kinks worked out, and I can deliver on that. Okay, in our last stream, we were using the sequencer to periodically reduce the sample rate of the little drum loop that we had going. That was pretty cool. I wanted to go back today and do more clock stuff. With a clock and just a clock divider, these are the parts that the hardware synth I was looking at did not have. It had a clock, but didn't have a complex dividers. And it also didn't have these little bad boys. Where are they? Logic processors. Yeah, that's the stuff. That's the real Charles Babbage stuff right there. It's the real computing. So since that hardware synth couldn't offer me these functionalities, I was like, yeah, it's cool. It probably sounds really good, but clocking can just get me so many interesting and weird variations, and I thought I would prove that by building this patch, I guess. So what do I want to do today? I have a clock. I have 3 dividers. So I plan to use the 3 dividers in the original clock generated to produce 4 different sequences. We will alternate between those 4 different sequences to program the melody playing synth. And when we switch from one sequence to another, one will be slower or faster because of the dividing. And the notes will also be different. And so we should be able to get these alternating patterns, changing between them, and we'll see if we can pull it off correctly. Again, in some ways, this is building from what we've seen in the stream before. Before, I think we had 2 different sequences, and we're flip-flopping between them. The key there was to use, is it this one? Let's find the right one. Nope. It's one of these LFO slaves. There we go. The key is to use the square wave LFO as a yes-no switch or an on-off switch to switch between 2 options. So let's get building here. Because I have the feeling logic and processing is going to eat up a lot of power today. So let's just build a really simple little Monophonic synth over here. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too fancy or wacky. We need a filter. Let's go classic. I wonder if I will need more than one. That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. We might need more than one gate. But, well, let's worry about that when we get to it. Patch this up here. Patch this into the mixer. And the mixer into the output. Okay, so we got a voice here. We got, if nothing else, at least we got a voice going here, which we'll send some melodies to. So as well as the sequencers, we're going to need key quantizers. That was too many. Actually, I just realized I screwed up. What I should have done is this. Taking this all the way down. There we go. I think that's right. Sorry, usually we have a lot of audio happening in the middle of the screen. Today it's going to be mostly processing. So we're also going to need some control signal mixers. So just in case it wasn't clear, these are the 4 melody sequencers. They're going to run at 4 different clocks, and they're going to output 4 different sequences at 4 different rates. I think we're going to use, let's use this. You see this out here? GCLK. It's probably gate click or something like that. This is what note sequencer B can do that A can't, which is every time it takes a step, it outputs a gate signal. So, that's where we're going to need these bad boys. I actually need them over here. So let's just hook that up now. The outputs of each sequencer will be sent here, and then this is set to OR. These 2 will be set to this and this. And OR just means either one of them will start the whole process going. And then those guys' outputs will be sent to here, which will also be set to OR. And we don't need this guy after all, Mr. 4th guy. And then this final gate output will be what triggers the gate of the synth. So I probably only need the one envelope here. Does that make sense? This is really just summing all these together. And in general, only one of these will be playing at one time. So, the other 4 should be silent during that time. I don't even know how I'm going to do that right now, but I'll get there. Don't worry about it. And here's the note out of each sequencer. I'm going to set them to random. If I decide to program them in a more complicated way later, I can. Each of those sequences is going to go into the key quantizer, which will just make it nice and pretty and melodic. And, there comes an interesting... this is where I don't know where it'll work. So just like we mixed all the gate signals together, but we know that only one gate will be playing at a time. The problem is now we got to make sure that only one sequence is playing at a time. I think that will happen automatically. If I'm wrong, it'll sound really horrible. So at least we'll know. That's great. Okay. So if we needed 3 of these, we should need 3 of these. So let's send this guy in here, 1 and 2, and then send 3 and 4, and the output of 1 and the output of 2. And that final output should be the sum of all 4 sequenced pitches. So going into pitch 1 here. Oh, I guess we could have used the second input on the... Okay. Yeah, let's just do it this way for now. We're already done. So yeah, the pitch will be coming that way. And now let's make the clocking happen. So the first sequencer runs off pure, unadulterated clock straight out of the tap. Let's drag that down to, say, 100. Then I'm going to divide it by 2. I'm going to divide it by 4. I'm going to divide it by 8, because mathematically that's what people like. I'm going to send the same clock to each input, but each output is going to go to a different sequencer. Oh, this may have to go somewhere else first. We'll find out in a second. Yeah, it will have to go first. So, okay, undo that. Let's undo. It's a little bit early to be feeding the clock into the sequences. Before we do that, we need something like this. And let's look at our logic circuits. Suddenly things aren't so pretty anymore. How the heck do I do this? Oh, I need that, is it this? Crossfade with modulator. No, it's another one. Man, I've been out of the game too long. I forgot what that stupid processor is. Is it a 2 in to 1 out? No, that doesn't have a, can't be processed. Did I have it right the first time? No. It must be. Yeah, it can't be that. I think I had it right the first time. X-fade with modulator. Yeah, that must be it. Okay, so check this out. So here we have a crossfader. I think I want to set this all the way to 1 for each. And then I want to set the amount to maximum. So that means when this LFO plugs into here, it should go from fully 1 to fully 2 and back again. Whenever the light is lit, it'll be 1. When it's not lit, it'll be the other. So the same applies for this guy, and the same applies for this guy. So now we're going to send the gate signals into these crossfaders. This is smart. So there's a clock, which is essentially the same as the core clock. And there's another clock, which is that clock divided by 2. And here's that clock divided by 4. And here's that clock divided by 8. So it can only ever be one or the other of these. It can only be 2 or 4. Sorry, 1 or 2. And then 4 or 8. And then whichever one it is, it feeds into this one. So it's one of the 4 different clocks, and that's the clock that comes out of here. But okay. Well, now if I do that, it will see it's running slow. Now it's running extremely slow. That's great, and now it's running fast again. That's great, but it's only feeding one sequencer. That's not really what I was planning to do today. How am I gonna do this? What I wanted was to have 4 outputs so I could drive 4 different clocks That's... I'm not getting my logic right here. Come on, Father Moo, you can do this. Think about it. I know there's no sound yet today. I'm sorry about that, folks. Well, we can... Here, I'll humorize you by... Oh, yeah, just running the gate. Why don't we hear anything? Here we go. Yeah, that's terrible. There's very slow. That's faster and faster. Okay, good. So we got 4 clocks to control one sequencer. What we want is 4 clocks controlling 4 sequencers. So how do we do that? Okay, well, we're going to lose the sound here for a second. I thought that was right, but maybe what I need is logic processors. I'm going to leave this dumb little setup here and delete it later if I don't need it. Let's try, and I'm going to kill the blue cables because I don't need those right now either. I'm trying to think this through. Come on, Frank, you can do this. Father Moo. So... how can I... Come on, brain. I realize it's not exciting to listen to. What I really need is some kind of switch. Oh, what about, isn't there a thing called 4-to-1 switch? There we go. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. But how does that... how can you... oh, do I have to use the knob to do this? Oh, that's very sad. I wanted to do it with a button. There's an on-off switch. It also doesn't have a modulatable input. Oh, how sad. It's a sad world we live in, folks. I'll tell you that right now. Sad. I don't know how to build this any other way. Okay, with the goal in mind of achieving what I set out to do, I'm going to build it the only way I can see possible. This is a truly tragic... oh, wait a minute. These are 4 inputs, but we only get... oh, Jesus. It's not going to... see, that's still giving me 1 out to run 1 sequencer, not to run 4 sequencers. What I want is the ability to turn off... oh, wait. It's coming to me. It's coming to me. I got it. We can do it with AND circuits. Okay, here we go. I haven't even gotten all the way to the solution, but I got part of the way. So how about this? What if we run each clock into the input of an AND logic circuit, and then that means that it will allow the clock through and then to proceed to the sequencer in question. Let's just do that right now. As long as the second input is positive. Oops, that one definitely went into the wrong hole. There's the 3rd clock. There's the 4th clock. Okay, good. I can do this. And now I need a inverter There's level shifter inverter. Is that it? No. Let's try this. I could do it with a 1 to 4 switch, but isn't there another way to? Where's logic? Logic inverter. Okay, like I said, I'm talking you through this, so even I myself don't know what I'm doing, but I can try. So here, if I was to connect this to the first channel, whenever he is on, he will allow the clock that comes through here through, which is why he's intermittently doing that. And if I sent him to here, he just reverses the signal. So that means if I send this to number 2, number 2 will be on whenever number 4 is off, whenever number 1 is off. Right. Get it? So all I have to do is build this circuit twice. That's annoying, so let's stop that. Well, that's super annoying. Okay, hold on. Stop making notes. So you see what I did there was this is an and/or switch. And how am I going to do that? Let's say I took a second random pulse generator, and he also had an inverter. Sorry, I made too many modules here. What are we at? 34%. It doesn't matter. It's meaningless. So now we've got the yes and the no of this, and the yes and the no of this. So we got 4 on and off states, but what we need is something that can choose between them. So that should be I got it. An or. Man, I can't believe I'm this dumb or smart. Or is it? Oh, wait. But if it's an or, then we only get 1 output. We need 4 outputs. Keep thinking, brain. You can do this. There's probably programmers out there shouting at their screen like, it's so easy. You're so dumb. That's probably true. Okay. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep doing this until I figure it out. There it is. And another inverter. Okay. I did it. I done did it. Okay. Here we have an on and the off. Here we have an on and the off. So what we need is another random pulse generator. And we need 2 AND circuits. Great. Wait, is that right? Oh man, this is so hard. Okay, what if I did this? If this guy's positive signal is on, and this is set to end, the first clock will go through. I'm just going to mute this because I can't handle it right now. My brain is so sore. However, if this guy's inverted signal is on, then this will go through. So that means we have either this one on or this one on. But if this one is on and this one is on, then this one has to only go through when the other two are not on. So I'm going to give up. This is so embarrassing. I can't figure out how to make a 4-bit signal, a thing that has 4 possible states. It's really embarrassing on my brain that I can't figure it out. Stay in school, folks. Stay in school. I was thinking of trying to use OR, Like if the third clock, like if either of these is positive, that should be exclusive OR. Like use the left channel if either of these is positive. But one of those is going to be positive at all times, so that's no good either. God damn it. How shall I finish this off today? I failed to do the basic computing. I failed to Charles Babbage it. I guess, let's go back to the switch plan. As embarrassing as that is, let's do it. At least it's something, goddammit. First of all, okay. I'm going to save this one as 99 bad computer, because it's not a good computer. But it's 99 because it's just not this particular patch. So that's just this is my stopping point. Now I'm going to also save it as, I think it's 76 good computer. No, I'm going to call it good switch because that's what it is. It's not even a computer. So that'll be today's patch, is the good switch patch. And I'll go back and try to fix my failed ultra simple thing at another time. So here we go. Let's do what we can instead of doing what we should. Let's take a 1 to 4 switch. And the output is this right? I think I can just feed a constant signal into it. I know the colors are wrong, but let's just hope that the correct thing comes out. So now, as far as I can tell, is that right? Why am I not getting any signal? Maybe it should be uni. Nothing's happening. I thought this would be... Oh, I did mute the guy, so... Somebody's moving. Okay, this guy is moving. Number 4 is moving. Why is number 4 moving? Oh, because I plugged 1 into 4. Okay, that seems fair enough. Well, we should at least correct that. Okay. It was just in mute mode. I did actually have my settings right. So let's go. This is 1. Yep. 2, 3, 4. So I'll just explain what I did. It's a constant signal is going through here, and it's going into there, and then that constant signal is coming out of one of 4 options. If it's set to 1, it's only coming out of 1, and the AND allows the first clock to come through and to clock our first sequencer. When I go to 2, this sequencer stops and the second sequencer starts. His notes just haven't been tuned properly. This may also have been one of the issues. Send these to 32. There we go. Wow, it's actually turning into nice music, which is making my tired old Father Moo brain feel a little bit better about this whole thing. Well, that's nice, isn't it? So let's go to setting 3. See? And here's a very slow one. 4. Now, I don't think I can assign an input to switch between these 4 things. But what I can do, I remember seeing from before, is assign them to a knob. So you can see they all turned red, and as I turn this, it should, how do I do that? Let's just map it straight to the knob. See if that'll work. Ah, there we go. So now you can certainly hear the difference. If you look down here, you will see this in the bottom left where the switches are. I'm actually turning a hardware knob on my synth in real time in order to switch between the 4 different sequences. So tragically, I can't automate that. I can only grab it and do it with my finger. So I'm going to make the patch a little bit more pleasant to listen to. Put a little LFO on it. Give it some triangle to the pulse width. Now let's try switching again. Yep. Just open this up a little bit. You know what? Let's give him a different slope. There we go. So we got there in the end, or we got somewhere in the end. We got to a good switch. I need to sit down with like a pen and a paper and a very basic grade 2 children's book on logic to figure out how to automate this process instead of grabbing a knob and twisting it. But this is certainly one way to build it. Yeah. All you angry programmers out there, please do send in the angry letters about how to do this in a smarter way, because clearly I need to listen to them. Slightly demoralized, but humbled, Father Moo. Definitely humbled. It's always good to get your ass handed to you by a 20-year-old synthesizer and a very, very simple concept that you know you can't figure out. But it's all good, man. It's all good, man. This is the good switch. Hope you've had as much fun laughing at my foibles as I have. Listen to that. Gotta admit, that's pretty funny. It's been Father Moo. It's been real. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will be on vacation again, but I'll be back sooner than you think. Peace out. Another big Sunday to everybody. It's a big church. Peace.